What's up guys, it's JR Beats here. Now I'm assuming you clicked on this video because you are an aspiring music producer and you want to know how to make beats. That's a good thing, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can do it for a relatively cheap price. Let's get into it. So the first thing you're going to want to get above anything else obviously is a PC. So what PC do you want to get? That's a good question. The choice is yours. So there's a few different options. I mean, obviously the most famous ones are Mac and obviously Windows. You get a Linux one as well, but I don't really know about Linux. Anyway, so if you get a Mac, you actually get a free copy of GarageBand, which is a very, very powerful software. And to be honest, that should just cover you for making beats at first, and then you might want to upgrade. But to be honest, it is a very powerful software. Once you've got your PC, then you're going to want to get your DAW. What's a DAW? Good question. A DAW is a digital audio workstation, and a DAW is actually the thing that controls your workflow. So some other examples of some good DAWs are, I know that the ones that I personally use are, on this computer here, I use FL Studio, which is a brilliant software. Upstairs on the Mac Mini, I have Logic Pro and obviously, as I mentioned before, GarageBand. Those three are my three heroes in terms of DAWs. Some other examples of some good DAWs you can use are Ableton. I know that's a very powerful one, but I've never personally used it. Cubase, I think there's one called Complete Elements, there's so many more. When you buy some controllers, they actually come with free software. For example, this controller itself came with 3 pieces of software. They weren't DAWs, but they were good. They were just for customizing this controller. But to be honest, I don't really need them because I figured out how to do it myself. But more on this bad boy later. So now that you've got your DAW sorted out, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a chair, because you're gonna need something to sit on. If you want, you can be a baller and get a chair like this, like a spinning desktop chair. You can literally get one of those folding chairs. It probably costs you less than £10, literally. Probably about $10, something like that. Easy. So the next thing you're going to want to get, and now it's his time to shine, is a MIDI controller. So a MIDI controller is something you use to control the sounds on your DAW. So whether that's drums, synths, pianos, brass, whatever. You're going to need one of these. And this baby, this is the Akai MPK Mini. This is the special edition though, but this bad boy is literally the most sleek. I've been using a keyboard over there, which is the Samson Carbon 61, which I use for live shows. This keyboard was about £80, which is really not too bad for a controller. I know there's some controls out there that are like £300, like $300. And just a reminder guys, this is a bonus tip. Don't be afraid to buy lightly used gear. As long as it's been taken care of, you can find some great deals. And you know people, they get shiny object syndrome. Literally, their MIDI controller only has orange lights on it, but for another $300 then you can get one with rainbow lights on it and stuff. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna ship off what they've already paid for. They've paid hundreds of dollars for it. They're gonna ship it off for a fraction of the price and just spend $300 on some fancy lights. But this is perfect for guys like you and me, because it gives us the opportunity to get producing for cheap, because they're going to sell them for way cheaper than what they were originally worth. So it's actually brilliant for us. So shiny object syndrome, be careful of it. So audio interface. Now that you've got your MIDI controller, you're going to want an audio interface. What's an audio interface? That's a good question again. An audio interface is something that you use to plug in mics, guitars. This is when you're using real life instruments instead of virtual instruments controlled by one of these. So for your audio interface, I recommend the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. That is it's sort of a fan favourite. Literally every time I go to a music shop, I can't tell you how many times I've seen that dude just looking, is just all over the place. Literally every time you go to the keyboard sections and stuff, all the MIDI controllers, there's just those Scarlett 2i2s are always there. But it's actually some good software, and it comes with it's good hardware, and it comes with Ableton Live Lite 8, I believe, which is actually it's a decent software for actually making beats in the first place. So if you buy that interface, then straight away you can knock the door off your list of things to do. Unless you really want a different software, but Ableton should be fine. Also, what you're going to want is you're going to want some studio headphones. Now, I would personally recommend, because I've seen these recommended online, these are the Audio-Technica AT-HM30s. Good, reliable headphones. And they're good because they sort of allow you to interpret things that you wouldn't normally hear when you're listening and when you're in the studio mixing. And finally, you're going to want some studio monitors. So finally, you're going to want some studio monitors, and for the studio monitors that I would recommend personally, not to be confused with literal screens by the way, the monitor I would recommend is the Tannoy Reveal 502, because they're very sleek and they're only like about 5 inches tall, I think. So they're literally really compact, sleek, powerful speakers, which can just really elevate your experience. That was my guide on how to start your own home studio, and I know it's a pretty cheap setup, but it's nothing to be laughed at. It is a very, very powerful setup, and it just really goes to show how much you can do with very little. A little goes a long way, and that couldn't be more true in terms of music. So I want to thank you all for watching, and before you go, there's 2 things. I want you to let me know in the comments section down below if you found this video helpful. Please leave a like if you did, and also if you could follow me on Instagram. If you got any questions, then either leave them in the comments, or I invite you to go to my Instagram page where you can check me out and you can like some posts, you can stick around and send me a DM, and I'll be sure to reply to you. If you got any questions, any queries, anything like that, just anything you want to know, let me know. Please leave a like, favourite, tap the bell to be part of the notification squad so you never miss a video, and subscribe to be part of the channel family. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.